Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 85 of Direwolf20's Age of Engineering series. Today, I've got good and bad news. So, kind of good news, I don't know. I've got news? Yeah, so I learned something between episodes. So between episodes, I was doing some cool stuff, working on some cool things, having a great time, and made a bunch of recipes to get like a medium voltage solar panel and a low voltage solar panel and a high voltage solar panel, and then I kicked it off. I used like thousands of resources and I made myself an HV solar panel. How cool is that? And then I learned that HV solar panels do not work in this dimension. Wait a second, now it does? It wasn't. Dude, you weren't working like a little bit. Maybe, that's interesting. I thought this was like an eternal day age, but maybe it's not. I was all about to say wah wah wah, and then everything was cool. And then we were fine. So like, let's see. Hold on a sec. All right. There we go. Made it back inside. Whew. I forgot that I didn't have my draconic armor on. I was doing the uranium thing, and I had the hazmat suit on. I was like, I knew I should have done something before I went outside. Dire derping in daytime. So let's see, hold on. So you're telling me I can hook this up and it's gonna work? Wow. Suddenly power income. That's the thing. So you're like doing that thing, right? Yeah, cool. And you're getting power. Neat. I wonder if... So this totally didn't work yesterday, like at all. And now it's suddenly working, so that's cool. So there's two types of solar panels, which is what I was about to get into, for EU production. So we've got the low voltage, medium voltage, high voltage solar panels that we're all familiar with from probably previous iterations. And then there's advanced solar panels, which are made like this. And these things need some irradiant reinforced plate, which need reinforced iridium stuff going on. So each solar panel, each advanced solar panel needs at least, it looks like, one piece of iridium. And then some irradiant stuff, and the rest of that's not too crazy recipe-wise. You also need some Cenarium, which is glowstone in the molecular transformer. And then you can get a hybrid solar panel from that, or you can get an ultimate solar panel, which this recipe looks really cheap for an ultimate solar panel. Because, like, there's two recipes. There's an ultimate solar panel that's 8 hybrids, or there's an ultimate solar panel that's just, like, a simple upgrade. It doesn't look terrible. Straight from the advanced solar, right? So, like, that's crazy. And this thing, the ultimate, does 512 EU per tick. So I was actually going to try that out. Because that totally was working yesterday in this dimension, when the HV Solar wasn't. So I don't know why HV Solar is suddenly working today, but I wanted to try making those solar panels and just see like how like the recipe looks easy, but you know. So let's see. Advanced alloys. We're gonna want one of you. We're gonna want one of you to have solar. So let's see. Irradiant reinforced glass. Reinforced glass is not terrible, right? Have I taught you how to make that? I have not, but you're about to learn how to make that. Glass, please. So yeah, there was a lot of crafting going into that. And I was all excited to have an HV Solar, and then suddenly I didn't have one anymore, and I was sad. Well, I had one, but it didn't work. So yeah, now it's suddenly working, and that's cool. Okay, so now for the solar. Advanced solar, I need this stuff. So you should know how to make irradiant uranium next. And we're going to make that so that we have it for the next recipe. So we want an advanced solar, so we want that as a pattern. And then advanced solar, you need to know how to make this. So you need carbon plates and some iridium. So we want some iron plates and some iridium ingots. Now iridium ingots, do we know how to make those? We do. Cool. carbon plates, some iron plates. Oh, and you know what? Let's get some glowstone and real quick teach the Cenarium recipe. So you're going to be this mode, and basically you become Cenarium. So I've been running a thing making lots of iron, turning it into stuff. So that's cool. ME interface, cool. So I'm going to throw you in there. It'll take a second for us to get... So it's currently working on another piece of iridium ore, which is cool. And because I need a large amount of iridium... So, iridium. Why am I doing this? You're probably wondering. Fusion. Remember last episode we wrapped up saying we need, what, 24 fusion coils? We're pretty good, except we need 129 iridium ore. And wow, we need a lot of emeralds. This stuff I can craft manually. I turned back on... Oh, we need more coal, too. Look at you, being all needy of coal. So I did turn on, back in the overworld, and I might wind up upgrading this to a tier 4. Void miner. But I did turn on my tier 3, this guy, so lever is off, which means you're getting resources. And I threw a lime lens in there, which gets me emeralds more frequently. I might wind up moving him to this dimension and possibly upgrading him to a tier 4. Because we should be able to do tier 4. Power-wise, not a problem. Tier 4 would be not a problem for power. We just have to craft the components for it. So I might wind up doing that real quick. But let's see. You, sir, are doing a good job. 98, 99. Come on, Iridium, finish up so I can get my Cenarium. I'm pretty sure the Cenarium little bit thing is pretty cheap. Yeah, it only needs 1 million EU. So that's cool. So that'll cook up in a minute. There we go. Cenarium part. Nice. Okay, so you're going to go where the iridium is. Or not iridium. What's over there? Clay. Molecular transformer. Now knows how to make Cenarium. Cool. And then you can go down here. So basically, I decided I want way more power because we need way more stuff. So you... Oh, the wrong recipe. Advanced solar panel. So now we know how to get... Let's teach you this. I'm going to teach all the recipes and then we'll come back. How's that? Okay, so I think you now have everything you need to make the advanced solar panel. Once I get another one of these. Cool. Nice. Here and here. Check. So now you know how to make the advanced solar panels, which aren't great, but that's okay. The next tier is good. So from advanced, we can make hybrids. And then eventually ultimate hybrid, and eventually cool. So hybrid is cool. And then from hybrid, we can make ultimate hybrid. And that's the one I'm working towards. So next recipe to teach is this guy. So we're going to need iridium reinforced plate and enriched Cenarium. So let's do that. That shouldn't be too bad to get, actually. Right, so enriched Cenarium just needs that stuff. Oh, it's that. Okay. So I could teach you that. So the other thing you can do, by the way, I wonder how much it costs. Because you can just drop, so you can get 9 individual pieces. Or you can throw a glowstone in there and you can get the enriched Cenarium. I'm curious how much that costs in terms of EU. Because if it's less than 9 million EU, I might just do that. And it turns out to be 9 million EU. Alright, so I guess it doesn't matter which one I do. Cool. So now we know how to make one of these. And you are responsible for a Cenarium alloy, which needs enriched Cenarium, which is, yeah, I guess so. And Cenarium, so that needs Cenarium and iridium reinforced plates. Okay, cool. Just getting ready. More crafting. Okay, now you know how to make the hybrid solar panel, which we have one of. Sweet. And then the next one, I think this overall is cheaper. Wait. Wait, ultimate goes straight from advanced? That's even crazier shenanigans. So how much does hybrid generate? 64 EU per tick, with a max output of 128. Okay, cool. That's interesting. I would have thought you would have gone from hybrid, you would have done these things and gotten the ultimate, but no. The Cenarium alloy here is the tougher part. Not too bad, though. Needs 4 enriched Cenarium and a Cenarium alloy, which needs another Cenarium. So a total, and 8 iridium reinforced plates. So let's get... So basically we need 5 of these, which will take a while, because it's going to be 44 million RF in this dude. So that'll be a bit. So while that's cooking, and that's going to take a bit to run, I'm going to put, I guess, my hybrid solar panel. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to just toss out here, right? And he runs. And are you still running? You are. All right, so let's do this. Old base. I think it's about time we moved this setup down here to the base. And the reason I want to do that is partially so I can upgrade it to a tier 4. And what I want to do is, aside from that, I know I need a lot more emeralds than I have. I might set up your traditional villager emerald farm. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do it, but I think I'm probably gonna. So, yeah, that's something I'll do today, and that'll get us closer to what we need for basically being able to get our fusion reactor up and running, which is going to be needed if we want to get a dimensional builder. So the dimensional builder is like quite a work in progress, because there's at least 1 or 2 other things we have to do that we haven't set up. I think the fusion reactor is going to be the hardest part. Once we get that up and running, we'll be fine. Everything else should kind of fall into place pretty quickly at that point. So let's meet back in the... what I'm going to do is head to my space station. I'm going to get all the components needed for a tier 4 void miner, and then we'll be back. So getting the structure blocks I need is going to be super easy. Done. Hardened stone machine base. Do you know how to make those? Hardened stone. So I just need 4 more of those. And that's cool. Upgrade from environmental tech. Environmental tech's upgrade blocks are not terrible. So we've currently got some speed modifiers here. So we want modifier cores, so that's blocks of aluminum and electrical steel. So I should be able to knock out a bunch of you. Because the book says that a void ore miner tier 3 needed 8, so I need 12. So I need 4 more of those. And I need 1 more laser core, and then I'll be good. So laser core. Nice. And then speed modifier, I'm going to need 4 more of those. Perfect. Cool. Blocks of aluminum, low on that, huh? Okay, good to know. So I'm thinking I want speed modifiers, right? Do we want accuracy modifiers for a couple of these? Let's get like 1, 2 accuracy modifiers, and then we'll do 2 more speed modifiers. And that should be good. So now we just have to figure out where I'm going to build this thing. So its total size, by the way, is 11 by 11 by 7. So let's go outside for a sec, and I'm going to put on my angel ring. Because if I'm going to be outside in my spacesuit, I need my angel ring for that. I'm thinking like over here-ish. Might not be a terrible place for it. I kind of want it to be outside my base. I don't want it inside my base because it's made up of a lot of different blocks. Well, I mean, it could kind of maybe be inside our base. Would it be terrible to be inside the base? Because I was originally going to have it here. We could put it kind of like in the floor here, right in the center of the room. I didn't upgrade the thing, by the way. I should go do that real quick. How much shenaniganry is involved in that? I don't know what happened to my void or miner controller. So I want to upgrade this to tier 4. So I need another tier 3 and some other stars. I'll just do this off of camera real quick. When you realize you have to go mining to get the iron ore to do the crafting that you need. Whoops. It's alright, easy peasy. There we go. Second void ore miner controller, and now I just need another clear lens. I need another clear lens, and then that should be a tier 4. Nice! Alright, so let's see what this mess looks like. Yeah, vacuum. Will I be able to sneak this into here? That's the question. I suspect, yeah, I'm gonna have to clear out a little bit more terrain. So let's do it like here. And then we'll fill this room back in, obviously, in a second. And try and make it airtight. So you... I might need more lenses. Yeah, that's totally what I need. You know what, I want the line lens in there. But what I want is not more lenses, but more... I think I need 5... of... Where are they? These things. Laser cores. Need more glass. Cool. Pretty sure that's what I'm missing. I used those laser cores. Yeah, see, that's what's missing. I used those in the crafting of things. Oh, I've got 3 more in here. Well, that's perfect. Hey, multi-block assembly complete. Sweet. All right, builder's wand. Let's fill this floor back in, and hopefully you can behave yourself a little bit in terms of airtightness. So then you just need power, and you're good to go. Just want to make sure that this can be airtight. I'm pretty sure it can, and that'll be cool. And the way to test this airtightness, so that actually looks halfway decent, and that's neat, is to turn this off and on just to confirm that when it recalculates. See? No oxygen, oxygen. That'll force it to recalculate, like, what's a valid oxygen room and not. And then that tells us that we're good. Sweet. So then for here, I'm going to basically want you have what? Links 4. So let's do Draconic. I want you and this thing. And then I'll probably also want... I've got some cables and an import bus, so we're good to go. You can go away. So you here, you bind to this so that you're getting power now. As soon as I set you to output mode, now you're getting power. Sweet. Wow, look how fast that is. That's awesome. And then we're basically going to want to import bus this thing. So I'll just do it right here. And the reason I'm doing it on this side is just so we don't have any cables touching. So you might even need an acceleration doohickey. Let's see if 1 is good enough for you to accelerate. Yeah, it totally is. Nice. All right, cool. So that's actually really fast. It could be even faster if I put all speed upgrades, but that's pretty cool. And it'll focus emeralds, which we need a lot more of. But we'll see how that goes, and I might do the, like I said, villager thing. So that's moved over. How's, in the meantime, how'd this work out? Oh, cool, you're done. Nice. All right. So solar panels. So there's the advanced, there's the hybrid. So advanced, I think, is pretty easy to get our hands on. Right? So what we want is ultimate hybrid, which needs an advanced. So yes, let's get an advanced solar panel. Start. Ultimate hybrid needs Cenarium alloys, which are made... So did you make your advanced solar panel yet? Or are you still working on stuff? No, you finished. Cool. Advanced solar. Nice. Are made with Cenarium alloys, which are Cenarium ingots. So we need iridium reinforced plates. Check. And then you enriched Scenarium, which you should have available. Nice. Cool. So then you learn that that's a thing. Available 10, missing 10. Hold on, we've got it. It's just not in the system. Because this has been running the whole time. So there's a bunch of iridium. I'm turning UU matter into iridium because I do need that much. So we're basically ramping up IC2 power. That's like a big part of what we're working on today. Right? So you should be a work in progress, making a bunch of stuff. And we want you to learn how to make this. Cool. So then that's scheduled. Those are scheduled. Cool. Not terrible. Boom, boom, boom. So teach that pattern. And once I get the pattern in, then I can kick off the crafting recipe. Sweet. So ultimate hybrid solar panel. So we also want coal chunks. Do you know how to make those? So that is compressed coal ball surrounded by obsidian or a block of iron or anything really. So compressed. So what if we taught you how to make this thing? That should be a quick craft. So pattern, you go into a compressor. Surprised that I haven't taught that how to be made yet. Compressor. Actually, let's put this over here real quick before I do that. So you into the compressor. There it is. Compressed coal ball. Check. Compressor. I think I'm full on my compressor. Anything I don't need you to know how to make. I think you need to know how to make all of these things right now. So let's get another interface. And hopefully, channel-wise, we're okay down here. So yeah, we're good on channels. Basically, we want another one here. And cables. I know, that's loud, I'm sorry. I have to figure out a cool way to deal with that. All right, so then you go around obsidian. That sounds like a good one to use. Cool. Okay, and then the compressor, the new recipe there. Nice. So that is a coal chunk, which you know now how to make. Sweet. So coal dust is fast, because it's in that hyper-fast mechanism machine, and that is cool. So then you can be made into the ultimate solar panel. We should have everything you need to do that. I need to make one Scenarium alloy. That's not terrible. That should be a quick craft. Nice. So now we have the pattern for this solar panel. I'm thinking I might want to just take out, what is it, the hybrid one? Hybrid solar panel? Yeah. I don't want this recipe to exist, because, like, it feels unnecessary to me. Ultimate hybrid solar panel is what we want to do. So we'll start this crafting process off. You're going to make all the things you need to make. you're crafting a bunch of Cenarium parts. That's going to be the slowest part of this, is the molecular transformer. But the more solar panel power we start getting, the better. Cool. So I will be back in a minute when this is all done crafting. Alright, so while I'm waiting for all that Cenarium to process, which is going to take a few minutes, it's mostly the Cenarium parts. Just each of those is 1,000,000 EU. It takes about a minute each, so... Well, not a minute. It probably takes about half a minute. But it's going to take a few minutes. Let's just put it that way. I'm making travel anchors. Because it's about time that we set up travel anchors around this base and see at least how that works out for us in terms of traveling. It's kind of been on my to-do list for a bit. So what I'm thinking is, more often than not, I'm wanting to travel into these rooms, right? Right. I have these in still. So... Let's get a piece of glass, because I just broke... what was that? Thickened? I think it was thickened. And our wand to also help. I have to, like, stop accidentally leaving that stuff. One of these days, I will remember not to do that. Cool. So, I'm thinking travel anchors, right? So, I will name this Ender IO room. And we'll give it a Yeta wrench as an image. That sound cool? So now, when I'm over here, for example, I can easily find my Ender IO room. So I'm just like, hey, I have to go over there. Cool. That's something I've kind of, I think I even mentioned, like, way first. Do I have any bronze? I wouldn't mind this to be like a knot. Remember I mentioned that, like, way when we first started the space station, that I would kind of put travel anchors around, figuring it would be, like, a cool way to get around the base? I think... that is true. So this room, it can kind of just be in the center. Does that sound cool? And we'll name it IC2. Neat. And this one, I don't know what I want to name that room, but this one can be called Draconic. And we'll put our crystal liner in there. Sure, why not? Is that cool? This can be called the immersive engineering room. And I wouldn't mind the hammer. Does that sound neat? So then, boom, I need to get to the Ender IO room, right? This guy, for now, we'll call forestry room, in parentheses, bees. But I think there's other stuff that's going to eventually be in here. But we could stick, like... ugh. A bee in there? That looks neat. Sweet. Mechanism room. What's a good representation of mechanism? This guy? The configurator? Yeah, that looks cool. We should have more travel anchors now. And the configurator it is. And I'm debating whether I want to have one in here. So, like, we've got IC2, we've got that room, we've got Draconic, Immersive Engineering, Ender IO, Forestry, Mechanism. Neat. So now if I'm looking around, hey, I need to get to the Forestry room, boom. Hey, I need to get to my IC2 room, boom. Is that cool? I like it. We'll see if that works for us. It may wind up being, like, a bit of a nuisance. And usually when I'm going into this room, it's because I want to access these guys. So we'll call this central area. That work? And then in terms of, I don't know what to use for the image of that. I guess something applied energistics-y. We'll just use Certus quartz. Doesn't really matter. It's not important. Cool. So then, like, I'm in my mechanism room. Oh, I have to go make a recipe. Boom, I'm right here. Oh, I have to go do some draconic crafting. Nice, right? IC2, Ender IO, mechanism. No more teleporting through the emptiness of space. That's, you know, causing me to choke and die, and lots of loud noises. All right, so the solar panel's crafting. It's going to be a few more minutes for the Cenarium parts to complete. But basically, once that's done, I'll have an ultimate hybrid solar panel, which is 512 EU per tick, which is pretty good. And then we'll come back next episode, and what I'm going to do is hopefully have enough stuff. Oh, can I staff of travel? No, I can't, right? No, okay. It almost looks like... All right, so what I will have is enough stuff maybe to make the reactor parts. If we're short on emeralds, which we may or may not be, right? So if I need a fusion reactor times 24, we need a total... So we were really short on emeralds before, and we're not so short on them now. We also need some more coal and a lot more iridium. So what I'm going to do is once I have the solar panels hooked up, I'm going to throw iron into the thing. Maybe next episode we will have some more waiting to do. So what I'll do is work on the mechanism stuff, and that'll be cool, right? So for now, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time to hopefully get the mechanism components of the dimensional builder up and running. Maybe one or two other parts will get completed. And then from there, we should be in pretty good shape and can hopefully soon get the fusion reactor up so we can get a dimensional builder, so we can make a dragon dimension, so we can get more dragon hearts. Cool? All right, guys, take it easy.